I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, cool new games on Steam that you should wishlist, and many more interesting and appealing things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a huge thanks goes to my Patreon supporters who really make this podcast possible. Without you and your monthly generous donations, I wouldn't be able to continue pushing on and reach episode 187, which is this episode and this week's edition of I'm Gaming Podcast. And today's topic is what is the game called PUSHER Drug Tycoon. And this game is available on Steam, and I believe that you should wishlist it if you're into strategies, if you're into simulations, tycoon management games, because this game has it all. Now, what is PUSHER Drug Tycoon? It's a tycoon simulation that puts you in the shoes of a narcotics trafficker in the 1980s USA. As the game states, your goal is simple: buy low, sell high, and from there on out you begin to build your empire. The game includes a lot of strategy elements, a lot of tycoon elements, a lot of management simulation elements, all combined and blended into a singular, really cool experience that is coming out in August 2023. So it's really close to the release date, and I got a chance to try it out while it was in pre-production, while it was still shaping up. It was already pretty much finished and polished, and I was thrilled to get a chance to play it. I believe that it's going to be an amazing game, a really fun and engaging experience that will allow you to get immersed, not only in terms of mechanics and gameplay, but also in terms of style and the whole vibe of the hellish 1980s, when the crystal meth or crack epidemic was starting or boiling over in the US. A lot of movies, a lot of TV shows are set in the same area and the same time frame. The game of PUSHER Drug Tycoon uses this, so you have things like your pager, you have things like your VHS visual effects, and everything that is reminiscent of that era that will make the whole experience even more fun. But what is kind of the core appeal for me is the fact that P4 Games, the developers of the game, which is an indie outfit, managed to capture that feeling of having something that's really complex, that's something that is diverse in its dynamics, and you as a player slowly and gradually get immersed to it. You begin to figure out more and more elements, more and more kind of those sub gameplay mechanics, and they blend together perfectly into a really, let's call it, holistic tycoon simulation experience that was, in my sense, in my view, a slam dunk for anyone who is into titles like this. So for now, please check out the description below, check out the link that will send you to the page of PUSHER Drug Tycoon, and place it on your wish list. That will help the developers, and you'll get a chance to get notified when the game is out. Try it, enjoy it, and of course spread the word like I'm doing right now, and help P4 Games get the word out about PUSHER Drug Tycoon, because it really deserves it. It has a lot to offer, and I'm certain that as you play it, that experience will only blossom further and expand further, because it's really well made, well crafted, and created by people who understand tycoon sims and understand how to skin them interestingly. Like I said, 1980s US is a perfect element to be used as a narrative setting for a game like this. So once again, PUSHER Drug Tycoon, wishlist it on Steam, spread the word on Twitter, on any other social media that you use, and try out the game when you get a chance in August of this year, so in a month or a bit more than a month from now. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening, watching, and thank you so much for wishlisting Pusher Drug Tycoon. Like always, a huge, enormous, huge thanks goes to my Patreon supporters who make this podcast possible. Without your generous and regular monthly donations, I'm Gaming Podcast would not be around to discuss things like Pusher, Drug Tycoon, and many other subjects. So once more, a big thanks, and I hope I see you on my next episode. If you want, you can also support me on Patreon. You can buy books on Amazon. You can send me money directly, but the simplest, easiest, and most cost-effective way, which is actually free, to do all of the same is to simply subscribe to my channel and be here for my new video. That's all. Once more, thanks for being here. My name is Ivica, and I'll see you on my next episode of I'm Gaming Podcast in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.